What's up, guys? Nice to meet you. So the Hammond collection has a few new models out that are on pre-order right now. So you can go on the Target website and pick them up. And I actually pre-ordered this guy right here, the Triceratops. And I think this is the coolest Triceratops yet in terms of the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park line. I think it's better than the Kenner one. How could it not be? But I know a lot of folks, they really like the Kenner one. But the problem is the Kenner one, the body's just too elongated. It doesn't have the correct proportions. The skull's too long. Looks stupid in the face. And it doesn't have much, it has an action feature, but that's it. No articulation. It's just the kind of rubberized stuff going on. Whereas this one, for the Hammond collection, it has all the articulation all over the place. Some are complaining how the beak or the mouth doesn't open up. But it's $19.99, so I feel like they probably had to make some compromises. And I don't think that really matters all that much. I mean, of course, this one never had articulation in the mouth. Like I said, it had articulation next to nowhere. And the Fallen Kingdom one, they don't have much articulation. But it's interesting. Others are complaining that it's too small. So here's the Fallen Kingdom one next to the Kenner one. But of course, it's important to remember that these are on a different scale. That the figures for the Fallen Kingdom and Dominion and Legacy Collection and Hammond Collection line, for that matter, they're all in the same scale with these smaller figures, like what we see here with Ian Malcolm. Whereas the Kenner figures were taller. Weren't they like an inch taller or something like that? They're taller, noticeably taller. I don't know by how much. And if you look at my mouse here, if you can see it, they're about this tall, I think. They're compared to Alan Grant. So, yeah, but I pre-ordered this guy, the Triceratops. I pre-ordered Grant, and I pre-ordered the Ceratosaurus, which I think looks pretty good as well. And I do own already the Para and the Baryonyx and the Raptor and Malcolm. And I do intend to get the T-Rex. In this pose, it actually looks really good. It doesn't always look that good in some of the other photos that I've seen of it. But there's the Ceratosaurus. Here's Grant. I think with the glasses on, it doesn't look all that accurate. The glasses are just way too big. The hat's maybe a little large for him. He's a bit scrawny on his shoulders compared to what I feel like the actor was.
Items that really.
But that's fine. There's actually a head that he comes with that looks a little better, I think, but it doesn't have the hat on. But that'll be fine. And the accessories, I think, are kind of lame, but nonetheless, I did pre-order the Grant. Like the baby right here, of course, it's going to be very small. Like I said, they're in a very small scale. It's going to be like tiny. But the paint application, like it doesn't have the eyes painted at all. It doesn't have the teeth painted at all, or any of the, they went really cheap on the baby raptor. In the film, it was quite neutral or one color primarily. But it still had some detail around the teeth and the eyes and the claws. But like I said, they're cutting some corners just like everyone else. I think the Triceratops is the coolest looking one so far. Like, look at this. Apparently they went back to the Stan Winston model, and they were looking at all the old footage and everything they could get their hands on. Now, this is the Papo one. I think this is the best one that I have in terms of what I favor and its model and all that. And I always felt like this kind of looked like the Jurassic Park one. Maybe the Papa kind of had that in mind when they made it. But I think this one's going to be even better because it is authentic Jurassic Park stuff for one. And it is like an exact attempted replica of the Jurassic Park 1 Triceratops. And they made note of how it was difficult to get it in its standing position. Well, it took some interpretations. Because in the film, of course, we only ever saw it when it was laying down on its side. I remember like the Genesis video game, we got to see the side profile of it standing up. And in some other Jurassic Park merchandise, we got to see the Triceratops standing up. And I always thought the artwork looked awesome. But this is a good resemblance of that, I think. The tail looks a little funky with those gaps, but that's just kind of what they have to do to make it articulate well without spending too much money. But I think... the skull looks really cool. And a benefit in not having the mouth open, I guess, is that it's quite seamless. So I think the mouth looks really good. But yeah, see, they went off like a bunch of models and stuff, and here's actually Grant posed with it when it's in its sick position, which apparently you can kind of put it in. They just looked at all the old footage and all that. There's the image from Grant in the film. Some people are saying it's too small. Is it really too small, though? Let's take a look. So here's the film one, and then here's the toy one. I don't know if it's actually that small. I really don't mind a slightly smaller Triceratops anyway, so I don't really have an issue with that. And here's the Ceratosaurus, which I think looks great as well. Very vibrant colors, but that's fine. I've heard a complaint on the teeth just being a bit too large proportionally, or quite too large proportionally. But I mean, it's a toy, man. I don't really care. And I'm probably going to make some... I can make some exceptions, you know? And I'm going to make some stop motion films with it. So the teeth... I mean, yeah, they don't look all that sharp, but... Other than that, I feel like the proportions on this thing are great. And here's some... They have it like... posing or something.
Decision to even lean into this species for the Hammond collection this early on. Just trying to piece it together from as authentic sources as possible.
They kind of went after
everybody kind of digging in and really making sure we were double checking our work. We got a really good representation of this figure.
It is.
The T-Rex
look fantastic together. Don't
I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting the T-Rex. Hopefully that comes out soon. I feel like I saw somewhere someone was speculating June 2, but I don't know if they're just pulling that out of their tail or what. See if we can find that nice image again. Yeah, look at this.
Figure line that brings a unparalleled level of detail to the 3 3/4 inch scale.
Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you will, subscribe to the page. I'll be showcasing these things when I get them in the mail. I'll talk to you all later. Peace be with you.